yeah. Fire, fire, yeah.
No more queens? We need more queens! I need to beat my meat too! I like looking at hot women!
Hi, I think I'm starting to spiral here. In every other kind of media, shows, books, movies, we expect characters to be these complex, emotionally layered, and oftentimes attractive people. CD Projekt Red gave us Geralt in a bathtub and the entire-
In the first scene, mind you, chat. Chat, in the first, like, 10 minutes. Oh!
internet said absolute cinema. But when a female game character is hotter, suddenly it's like the studio committed some kind of war crime.
I don't get it.
Somewhere between 2014 and now,
she has to be fat. Yennefer in the first shot with Geralt? No, she's gotta be fat and ugly.
these types of women just started disappearing more and more from our Western games.
Totally agree.
Women who had beauty and charm and mystery, lip gloss, and the ability to just ruin your life with a single dialogue option. So let's talk about the modern female protagonist. How did you feel when I said that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Typically,
I don't want to feel the way that I feel now. I wanted to go back to when, like, characters just were hot. Like Valera Sanguinar, she's so fucking hot. Chat, for those that don't know, Valera Sanguinar. Oh my god, chat. Holy shit. Every Blood Elf female wanted to be her. Oh. Like, and she's badass. She stood toe to toe with fucking Malfurion and every other fucking dude, man. Why can't we go back to that?
They're more emotionally walled off. They're vaguely angry. Honestly, me too. They have tactical
My chat hates WoW and they're like, holy moly.
A lot of times won't talk about it with you. Muted color palettes and no cute hairstyles or...
Fucking thank you. Like, what is wrong with being colorful as a woman? Look, she's wearing red and green. Red and green, and she's a blood elf, and she's hot as shit. Why do we have to do this?
Or makeup or joy, and they normally display more masculine traits. And I'm not saying that these characters can never work, but if they're not done extremely well, the issue isn't just that so many of them fall flat, it's that they don't...
The IRL girl from Fable actually looks hot too. They purposefully uglified her. I would feel so low-key insulted if they did that. Like, if I modeled or something and I was like a supermodel or whatever, because they hire models, like, who look good, right? And then they uglify you, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, then why did you hire me?
Resonate at all. They're not iconic, they're not aspirational, and they're just not the kind of character you want to think about after the credits roll. And just like the women that I obsess over in all my books and TV shows, the smart, complex, stunning characters, I just want to aspire to the character that I'm playing in a game. She should feel powerful and gorgeous and emotionally relatable in a way that makes sense. But most of the leads that we're getting nowadays, they're not memorable. And let's be honest, they're not exactly breaking the internet.
And all they do is complain. Have you noticed that? Like, if it has millennial writing inside of the game and the character talks, 99% of the time they love to complain and act like real girl bossy. Why can't you just do actions then? Why don't you just do something about it then?
Okay, at least in a good way. The characters that really stand out, that make a difference, they've got it all. They've got the looks and the charm and the presence and the personality, and they've got the things that make people care, or at least cosplay. Well, we didn't want to
Girls cosplay hot characters because they want to be hot characters because hot characters get attention. And they want to feel hot. What's wrong with that? Why would you not want to? It's the same reason why guys go to the gym and get muscly and want to look like Goku. Why is that not perceived as bad, but when women want to do that, it's bad? I feel like that's an insane double standard. And also, Anita Sarkeesian is a bottom-feeding idiot. We're taking this as, like, as the word of God.
Sexualize her. Okay, that's fine. I'm on board with that. But somewhere along the way,
crazy
that turned
bitch.
into she can't flirt, or cry, or be too gentle, or smile too much, or wear makeup, Yes, sorry, I'm gonna hit on that a little bit today.
Makeup
We
is
went
bad,
from
chat.
don't objectify her to don't let her feel like a real person, and she can.
We went from women shouldn't wear makeup to women, if you wear makeup, you're supporting the patriarchy. Even though the women that wear makeup, 99% of the time, they do it for themselves. Every person I've ever talked to, like, says something along the lines of, like, yeah, I don't mind that my wife, like, puts on makeup, or my girlfriend. I don't really care, but if she wants to do it, I'm not gonna tell her to not do it.
Be strong, but not soft. Beautiful, but only if it's on accident. Heaven forbid she has feelings and good hair at the same time. And I think about this every time that I get the opportunity to make a custom character in a game. She is always a baddie that has lore. Winged eyeliner, mysterious aura. Every NPC in the game is in love with her, and honestly, they should be, okay? My tab in Baldur's Gate 3, an angel. She walks into a scene and the lighting just poof gets better.
People make mods to make their characters prettier. Like, Baldur's Gate is already pretty, they have really good customization, but you can make your Tav, the player character, really, really good looking. And there's thousands of mods.
They'll start sweating.
And Bethesda too, yes, Skyrim followers, the female followers, they changed them to make their boobs look bigger or, like, more exposed.
And Asterion is chomping at the bit, Shadowheart's having some conflictions, and her inventory is even more iconic. She's got 3 cursed rings, an apple, and a morally questionable tiara that she just doesn't want to take off. And it just makes you wonder, because if certain games let you create characters with so much charm and magnetism, why can't games with dedicated female leads do the same thing? Well, what are some of the more recent female leads that we've been graced with? I think about Frey from Forspoken. She can fight dragons and bend the laws of physics and literally parkour across dimensions. That's super cool. But for some reason, they gave her the most awkward dialogue and had her deliver every line like she was on hold with customer service.
And unlikable as fuck. It just, you shoot yourself in the foot. Like, there's nothing really inherently wrong with the character itself. She's not ugly. She's not, like, hideous or anything. But, like, why do you make it unlikable personality? What's the point of that? It's almost like they want women to look bad so that people who are actual misogynists feel validated. Like, it's like they're, like, backfiring on themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
On mute. What about Kay Vess from Star Wars Outlaws?
Oh my god, don't even get me started on this fucking game. This is a disaster. The dialogue was written by AI, I swear.
She's a scrappy space outlaw, in theory. In practice, she kind of just plays like she just respawned from a bug and isn't sure where she is or why she's there. Okay, well, what about female Ivor from Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Actually, she was canonically the real one. But you probably wouldn't know that because even Ubisoft was like, dang, that's crazy. Anyway, check out this guy's beard. Or Dragon Age the Veilguard. This game was like 10 years in the oven.
Why do this? Why make this one of your lead characters in Dragon Age? The story unironically centers around this character. Like, the main villain in the story is tied to this character, but somehow we couldn't make them, like, just a little bit more attractive. Make their dialogue a little bit more interesting and not fucking weird as a fuck.
And somehow it's still...
She seems like a sex pest, even, I would say. I would argue she was a sex pest.
Soggy. It often felt cringy instead of charming, and there really wasn't much mystery, but there was a lot of lecturing. And instead of emotionally rich companions, we kinda just got chronically online Twitter bios and fantasy outfits. I think you get the point, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We need female characters with range. With presence, with a little drama, if you will. The girls who made you feel something were not perfect. They were messy and charismatic and complicated in the best.
What happened to Mass Effect, man? Was it the second Mass Effect that changed people's, like, entire perception of RPGs and role choices and romances? Yeah, EA happened. Yeah, BioWare really shit the bed, man. Every single person that wrote that story probably doesn't even exist in the fucking, like, studio at this point. They fucking died. Yo, Balance with the 55 gifted subs. Are you off your rocker, brother? Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you for the celebration for 100K, man. You guys are insane.
Way. Sadie Adler from Red Dead 2, her husband.
I loved Sadie. She was super sassy. She's not like a supermodel or anything, but she's cute. She's pretty. And she's a badass and has a mouth on her like a man does. People still want to pork her.
Red Dead 2, her husband literally dies, and she goes,
insane.
I'm going feral now.
Yeah.
And grieving? Yes. Stunning? Yes. Horse girl? Absolutely. But how will run me over with that horse? Chloe Frazier from Uncharted. She's flirty and morally flexible, and somehow still makes betrayal feel hot. Tifa Lockhart
Yes.
from Final Fantasy. She.
Ooh. Yeah. A lot of boys awakening. Even when Tifa was literally a polygon with, like, her boobs were quite literally triangles, people still wanted to pork her, chat. I lost gallons to her. Stop!
Fantasy. She could literally take down a behemoth in one hit and then quietly make you some soup and ask if you've been sleeping okay.
Oh my god. I don't know, man. Shit like that just reminds me why I like women. Ah. Gallons upon gallons. Check! Control yourself!
Max from Life is Strange, a super sweet, anxious girl who accidentally rewrote the entire space-time continuum just because she had too many feelings, and honestly, we love a relatable queen. Or Nabooru from the Legend of Zelda series. She leads armies and fights evil, and somehow she still looks like she's posing for a Vogue cover the entire time. Probably my first girl crush. This should—
Guys, too much skin, man. Like, I didn't play this, but no, now it's inappropriate and there's too much skin. You can't have that anymore.
Posing for a Vogue cover the entire time. Probably my first girl crush. This should not be controversial, but I'll say it. We need to bring back great male leads. Okay? And not because women can't carry a story, but because we've just, like, chucked Balance off a cliff. It seems like the—
I really wish they'd bring back, like, really good, like, romances between men and women. I feel like a lot of it's just written kind of like, oh, well, you're a damsel in distress. Well, actually, I'm a girl boss. I don't want any of this. I'm fighting myself to, like, give you my attention because I'm too busy girl bossing. It's like, why can't we just, like, have both? Like, maybe you are a badass and maybe you do need help. Most of it is fanfiction level swap. That's not even true. You wanna know the sad part? I feel like fanfiction from 2012 has better romance written by 16-year-olds than most modern audience fucking tropes and video game RPGs at this point. I've read more compelling and more heart-wrenching and more cringe stories about different fandoms that I've, like, wanted to, like, be involved in and read them thoroughly. And it's been better written by a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old man.
knee-jerk reaction to underrepresentation accusations became all female everything forever, no notes. And now
It's because all these women are now grown up and they're millennials and they're like 30 years old or 35 and they're bitter about not being in a relationship or just not happy with the state of like how men are treating women in their universe, despite living in a Western civilization in a first world country where their problems probably aren't as bad as someone who's actually going through it in, say, Afghanistan. Like, realistically, it's really not that bad.
after we've gotten so many forgettable female leads. Not you, Ellie and Aloy, my queens. But with all the others, we've hit this weird place where the audience is already exhausted before the trailer even ends. And unfortunately, caught in the crossfires of this has been Naughty Dog's new IP, Intergalactic, and Ghost of Yote. But when I think about just well-written women in games—
I don't know about Ghost of Yote, but I already thought about how the Intergalactic screams like an advertisement, and the character itself in the first couple of minutes didn't strike me as incredibly full of personality or pizzazz, Just more like girl boss, like girl power stuff. Interacting is an advertisement. Who was it? Porsche or yeah, it's literally in the trailer. Yeah, the ads are part of the setting, and you're just sitting here like, is this a story or not? Yeah, it was Porsche.
What's interesting is some of gaming's best women were not even the protagonist, but they were the scene stealers. Ciri from The Witcher 3 is quite literally the entire—
Oh my gosh. And she's still, you know, it's funny because Ciri is a very powerful character. Like, she has insane power within the universe, and she's still a cute, broody, like Geralt mirror kind of, like soft mirror, more playful, more fun character than 99% of other characters that are written with the same amount of power. She's not a Mary Sue. She has insane power, but she doesn't know how to control it, and that's the beauty of it, man. Yeah, she's literally like she's not a Mary Sue, but she has the power to go through dimensions and create portals. Like, what?
Witcher 3 is quite literally the entire reason that Geralt is risking his life across these war-torn kingdoms, and she's this complicated, beautiful, just wild young girl who's somehow still more mature than everyone else around her. Or Yuna from Final Fantasy X, this graceful, selfless, and devastating character who's literally carrying the hopes of an entire world on her back, and then she still apologizes when she inconveniences you. And if that's not being a girl, I don't know what is.
Right, thank you! Woman being annoying, but also being cute? God, man. An annoying trait. How many times does a girl apologize to you even though you're like a dude and you're like, I don't really give a fuck, but you still think it's kind of cute because she cares a lot? Nah, you can't tell me that's not good character writing. Writing an annoying trait into something endearing.
Or Midna from Twilight Princess. All right.
Oh, she's cute. Yeah, I can see that.
It's a little bit annoying at first, but she bullies Link for like the first 30 hours of the game, saves his life, opens a dimensional portal, and then vanishes all with a glowing tear.
Yeah, but some men like getting bullied. Yeah, like, let's be realistic, chat. Come on. Buckets lost. Chat. You are so dirty. What the frig?
He never says a word to her the entire game, but she says everything with her absence. Truly a legendary situationship. And while Western games are nervously nerfing kind of every trace of femininity from their female characters, Eastern devs are like, yeah, here's a mysterious woman who could kill you and make you cry about it. You're welcome. Capcom? They've been in their iconic woman era since, like, forever. Resident Evil is one of my all-time favorite series, and Jill is tactical, calm, and easily has the cleanest bob in gaming. Ada is—
Oh my god, the scene with Ada when she's fighting Leon. Mommy,
mommy. She might lie to your face, but she's still gonna get a fan cam. Claire is this beautiful—
That shot of her jumping out the window and her ass. Come on, man!
Kind, capable woman who takes zero nonsense. And Lady D had like 10 minutes of screen time in Village, and she still owned Halloween for like the next 2 years.
There's so much corn of her. It's insane, man. She was a side character. Like a side character. She was on screen total, yeah, like probably I'd say like 10 minutes indirectly. Yeah.
They're hot, they're cool, they've got so much range, and you remember them. You want to be them, or you just kind of want them to emotionally damage you just a little bit.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the same kind of energy with Monster Hunter Wilds. They dropped a couple of composed, stunning women, and the internet instantly started to cosplay. They're expressive and graceful, and they've just got that magnetism about them.
And the game, I'm not gonna lie, I will say this, I actually think that the script and the dialogue in Monster Hunter blows some fucking hot ass, but at least they're feminine looking, and then people can goon to them. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, we're not gonna pretend like Monster Hunter like is this amazing like awesome story game. It's really not. You're just a dude killing monsters, but But people still goon the shit out of those characters.
That's why the boys are in love, the girls are in love, and
True.
I am in love. And then we've got From Software, who just casually releases the most haunting, elegant women in modern gaming like it's nothing. The doll from Bloodborne, our favorite Victorian comfort character. She's soft-spoken, she's gentle, and she definitely knows more than she's letting on. Or Lady Maria, tragic, terrifying character with perfect posture, and 10 out of 10, I would let her fight me again. Or Ronnie from Elden Ring, who I was quite literally on my knees for, and I made sure to do every single step of her quest so I could serve her as me Elden Lord. Or Melina, Melina was so glowing and quiet and just sad. And then when she leaves you at the sight of Grace, like, my work here is done. And you're just devastated, and you're just sitting there all by yourself, alone, in your little...
That's the point. It just tears at men's heartstrings when it's 4 a.m. and you realize that the woman just disappears, and you're like, I'm left alone, and I need to keep fighting. Like, I don't know, man. Poetry, male poetry in motion.
Tunic. These ladies do not need
Maidenless,
exposition dumps or 80 cutscenes. They just show up and drip elegance, drop one line of vague sorrow, and then next thing you know, you're obsessing over cosplays and fan art for like the next month. I say all of this because femininity is not outdated. It's not shallow, and it's not something that you need to water down for the story to be taken seriously. It's range. So please let women be cute and manipulative, kind and a little chaotic.
Just like real life. Ever met a crazy ass bitch and then you found out that she's like really crazy, but on the surface she's really cute and like normal looking, or at least like normal-ish? Yes, hi kitty. Yeah, I know, my cat. He's asking for food, sorry.
But have sharp teeth, pretty, powerful, emotionally devastating, and the reason the protagonist starts journaling in a cave somewhere. Because femininity is Zelda.
Oh my god. What? You're interrupting! Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll put you in my lap.
Steadfast and radiant, and standing between her kingdom and ruin with nothing but hope and stubborn grace. Or Triss, who's clever and compassionate and plays politics with you with
Chat, Triss or Yennefer? Triss for me, hands fucking down. I have no bias towards redheads whatsoever. Yes, Yen. Really? But Yen tears your fucking heart out. She's a bitch. Man, no way, really? They're both Triss gaslights? Yeah, but it's like hot gaslighting. Triss is a thought and a hussy. Yeah, but she's like really hot and like... she's kind of a bitch. I don't know. Yen also is a massive bitch. Triss manipulates, you know? Yeah, all women are manipulators. Let's be real. All they want is your fucking pee-pee and your wallet.
super soft smile that just makes you kind of forget that she's winning. Or Bayonetta, who's playful and provocative and treats every battlefield like a runway and then never manages to smudge her lipstick. Or Lightning, who's a beautiful, guarded, and grieving character who carries the entire weight of the world in 6-inch heels. And when female characters are done right, they're not flat or abrasive or weak. They're actually narrative gold. They have tension and softness that stabs, or
like they have fucking depth, man. It doesn't have to be like, you know, the most gut-wrenching, like tragic backstory or reasoning behind it, but at least make it feel like a real woman, you know? You'll sell more fucking copies that way, chat. I know, it's not that difficult to understand, man.
Let's let women be gorgeous and terrifying, sweet and strategic, gentle and unhinged. Let them be feminine again.
Thank you! Oh my god, thank you! You know, milady, you are... may I just say that you are quite cute yourself. She's cute, chat. She's cute, too. Maybe they should put her in a game instead. Instead of Daw! Daw from Concord? Daw from Concord? Or random cute girl on YouTube? Pick your poison. I'm picking the random cute girl on YouTube. Yeah. Girl W, that's right. Random cute girl. That was really good video essay. Yo, guys, go check her out. Give her a fucking follow. Very good vibes. She's only been making videos of it for a month. I really hope there's other girls that make fucking videos that are in the same vein. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it comes more easily as a girl to say that kind of thing without men being like, oh my god, you're being a sexist, like another man to another man. Or women to other men. Yeah, the robot on Concord. Oh yeah. Whatever happened to Valera Sanguinar, man? What did they do to her, man? Is she still in the game? Like, look at this power. Look at this power. This is in the comic book chat. Isn't this badass? Like, what the fuck? Bring back good video games.
Fire, fire, fire.